To be completely honest, I don't know where to start with this review. Animal Well is a game that has completely redefined not only what it means to be a good video game, but what it means to be a video game at all. It is incredibly quiet and humble, and yet somehow so monumental in everything it does. It is so intentional, so precise, so deliberately handcrafted in every single element of its design. This game is chock full of secrets, hidden mechanics, environmental details, and moments that genuinely took my breath away. So before I get into any of this, let me be incredibly blunt. This game receives a 5 out of 5 masterpiece score from me. If you have not played it, please stop watching right now and go do that. Seriously, if you don't have a copy, please join my Discord. I'm hosting a raffle to give away copies because of how much I love this game. So, again, before we continue, please go pick it up and explore it blind. You will thank yourself later. Alrighty, moving forward with this review, heavy spoilers ahead. Animal Well has now firmly cemented itself in my top 3 games of all time. It has redefined a lot of what gaming even means to me. The last time a game shifted my perspective this much, I was a teenager discovering Shadow of the Colossus. But this time, it's not all through size or scale or anything like that. It is all through restraint. I recently watched a video called Fear of the Dark by Jacob Geller, and after watching it, I found myself genuinely more afraid of the dark, more cautious when I got up at 3 a.m. to go get a drink of water or just moving around my house at night. The video contextualized darkness as something unknowable, something ancient and overwhelming. But after playing Animal Well, I found my stares into the dark not filled with fear or anxiety, but curiosity. Because Animal Well doesn't use the darkness as a threat, it's always a promise, a tease, or a question. You look at a room that seems so simple or maybe even empty, but the longer you stare, the more the design of this game begins to breathe, and you'll start to notice patterns in the walls, strange shadows, the faint flicker of a torch, a barely visible pattern. And this isn't just visual flair, these are breadcrumbs, this game's true language. The world of Animal Well is a single, interconnected map like any traditional Metroidvania. But what sets it apart is how layered and recursive it is. It doesn't just include backtracking. On the surface, you can explore the game, backtrack, and complete it based on a basic understanding of its core areas and principles. You go left, you go right, you collect eggs, you unlock gadgets, and you move forward. But buried beneath that is a second layer, a beneath the surface kind of game that intertwines with the visible one. There are puzzles that hide behind environmental storytelling, lighting, and sound cues. There are secrets beneath secrets beneath secrets. Rooms can appear completely normal until you've learned how Animal Well conducts itself. You'll gain perspectives from new gadgets or notice a pattern that seemed like background noise earlier. What Animal Well does so brilliantly is respect the player's curiosity. It never tells you what to do. There are no map markers, there are no journal prompts, there are no instructions at all. Instead, it creates these spaces that are incredibly dense with possibility and are so straightforward in letting you find the solution. The world loops in on itself, revisiting old areas with new knowledge constantly, and it reveals all of these new paths and branching rooms. There is no wasted space in this game. Every room serves multiple purposes, whether it's narrative, mechanical, or exploratory. A room that once introduced you to a toy later can become part of a much bigger circuit of secrets that all tie back to the game's core reward structure. Speaking of toys, Animal Well doesn't just give you power-ups in any traditional sense. There is no double jump, there is no wall climb, instead you get these toys. You'll get a frisbee, you'll get a bubble wand, you'll get a slinky, a firecracker, a yo-yo, and these aren't just gimmick items. They're these multifaceted, multi-purpose tools that interact with the world in weird, unexpected ways. For example, let's look at the yo-yo. It can activate buttons, it can hit enemies, and it can even move through tight tunnels to press switches that you can't reach. But you can also do incredible skips using this tool. The bubble wand creates a temporary platform, but it can also interact with air currents, and you can also chain them together to get to almost any location in the game. Each gadget feels like it belongs in a toy chest, but their simplicity masks their depth. These items don't just expand movement either, they expand your thinking. They are extensions of your creativity. This ties into the game's puzzle design philosophy. Puzzles are non-linear and layered. Some are self-contained into a single room, while others span the entire game. One of my personal favorites was finding a code and then deciphering it to get a key, which unlocks a room hidden at the end of the game where there is a computer and a code where if you solve it, it prints off a real physical origami puzzle that once completed turns into a little bunny rabbit that reveals the key to the whole puzzle. That is next level. Yet none of this feels pretentious. The game never flaunts how clever it is. It just exists quietly and confidently, waiting for you to notice. Unlike other puzzle-heavy games or cryptic games like Cruelty Squad, Fez, or La Milena, Animal Well is rarely frustrating. It doesn't punish you for failure, it encourages experimentation, and it celebrates your creative failures. You're not forced to get it right on the first try. There are no lives, no death screens. If you mess up a puzzle, just try it again. If you don't have the solution, that's great. Go find it. It's out there. Every time this game felt unfair, I realized the truth about it. I wasn't seeing the full picture. I wasn't paying enough attention. I was the one who had to adapt, never the game. And yet, Animal Well isn't afraid to add stakes to these encounters. You will find creatures that are kind of bosses in a sense, that stalk you. The wolf spirit, the ostrich, the manticore. They are genuinely terrifying. Not because they're hard, but because they invoke a sense of atmospheric dread. They're fast, they're lanky, their animations are incredibly uncanny. Their presence makes you feel like prey, but crucially, they are always beatable. With planning and knowledge and calm observation, you can very easily overcome any of these obstacles. And the tension for these fights is never in the actual quote-unquote combat. It's all in your preparation and pathing. That's what sets Animal Well apart. It's not about reflex, it's about understanding. Another thing, the pixel art in this game is some of the most expressive and technically impressive I have ever seen. It uses a hybrid rendering system where traditional low-resolution sprite work is paired with modern lighting, dynamic shadows, and particle effects. You'll see refractions ripple through pools of water, light bends and breaks through transparent platforms, shadows hide secrets, and all of this done with an incredible level of restraint. Recently, I was visiting my older brother and we were walking through a mall that had an art gallery in it. I was strolling through, and as an artist, I saw some genuinely good paintings, ones that I could, appreciate. But at the back of the gallery, hidden from the view of the rest of the mall, like behind the glass windows where you could not see them, was a set of paintings that captured my eye immediately, and I could not stop staring at them. The color choice, the strokes easily reflecting water or creating blades of grass, I just couldn't stop staring. Occasionally, a game can have an incredible art style, and one that I genuinely can appreciate. But Animal Well was that painting for me. Once I saw it, scan lines, neon shadows, refractions in the water, I just could not stop taking it in. It is such a beautiful game, and the tone it sets with its environments can be peaceful and serene and so calming for one area. And then you move to these intriguing areas where they're more daring and adventurous, and then you have these evil areas that are haunting and overbearing, and then you have these beautiful, breathtaking, mystifying areas where colors dance around each other and the light plays so elegantly with the environment. The game can make these stunning landscapes that no amount of ray tracing or 4K texturing could ever achieve, and all of this is done with pixel art. The game uses its visual language to create emotion without a single line of dialogue. That is art direction done right. Billy Basso, if you are somehow listening to this, your mind is brilliant, and I am beyond grateful that you shared this game with the world. Animal Well is one of the most beautiful, thoughtful, and genuinely surprising games I have ever played. It's meditative, it's playful, it's terrifying, it's empowering, and it reminds me of why I fell in love with video games in the first place. When I play it, I feel like that kid again playing LEGO Star Wars on the Wii or playing Minecraft on a school night with friends on the Xbox 360. Just completely enamored with the possibility video games held. If you stayed this long into the video and you still haven't played Animal Well, I genuinely don't know what else I could say to you. Animal Well receives a perfect 5 out of 5 from me. Now please go play it.
The date is March 12th, 2024. This is Billy Basso, the developer of the game you're playing. I'm recording this as one of the last things I do before submitting for certification. If you're hearing this, that means you just solved a set of puzzles that I honestly did not really design to be solvable. I didn't even expect people to discover them, so I'm kind of taking this opportunity right now to break the fourth wall and personally congratulate you Whether you did it legitimately or you hacked the game or you just looked this up online, either way, I'm very, very proud of you. Good job.